Hello, welcome back to another video. This one is going to be much different than any video that I posted on this channel before, but we're just gonna go with it. I feel like when something big happens, or when like a big change happens in your life, you definitely start to reflect on your past, and just not in a bad way. I feel like you just definitely like kind of reflect on those things. And a bunch has changed for me recently, and I've just been reflecting on my childhood and like where I've been, you know, and what got me to the point where I am now. I've always wanted to vlog. Obviously, I have these travel videos, and it's always been my dream to be a travel vlogger, but because of circumstances that we'll get into, we'll talk about it, that's just not able to happen right now. I definitely want to start vlogging more, and I want to start daily vlogging, and I want to start posting maybe weekly. And I feel like I've always had issues personally with my self-confidence and just like my image, so I feel like it's always been really hard for me to be 100% myself when there's a camera in front of my face. And I feel like the only way I'm gonna make that possible is by becoming comfortable in front of a camera. So I think I just need to be vulnerable, and I need to accept judgment, because there's bound to be some, you know, with anything. And I think I just need to go for it. And that's kind of what I'm trying to start in this video. So with that being said, I just want to tell you guys a little bit about me. I feel like you've seen a lot of me right now doing things, traveling, being places, but you guys don't really know much about me personally. So I'm gonna go through my backstory, tell you about my childhood and all that kind of stuff, and like all the things that led me to where I am now. My name is Matthew Dalkey. I'm 19 years old. I'm from a town north of Denver called Thornton. Travel has always just been such a big part of my life, and that's because my parents all work for the airline. My dad's a pilot, my stepmom is a flight attendant, and my mom is the director of customer service, all for the same airline. So travel has just always been something that I am super passionate about. I'm very fortunate in that I've been able to travel because my parents all work for the airlines. I really knew that I wanted to start international travel, and I wanted to see the world when I went to Thailand to visit my sister in 2016. She and her husband moved to Canada. They both got really good jobs, saved up a bunch of money, and then they just traveled the world. And they went all over like Southeast Asia and Australia, and we went to visit them in Thailand. And that trip truly opened my eyes to how many different cultures and how many different, like how different this world is. And that was such a beautiful place and such a small place of the world. The world is insane. There's so many different people and things to see, and I want to do that like full time. Like traveling full time is definitely my goal, definitely my passion. So there's this couple on YouTube, their names are Kara and Nate, and they post travel videos, and the first video I ever saw of them was them ziplining through Thailand, which is something I did. And I was trying to look for videos of the place that I went, and their video popped up, and I watched that video and I loved it. And I've watched, ever since then, they have so many videos, but I'm trying to go back from the beginning to watch every video. They went to 100 countries. They traveled full time for 4 years, and they're still going. COVID brought them back to the United States, but they bought a van, they're traveling. I love them. They are truly my inspiration, and that's why I wanted to start vlogging. So the first vlog I ever posted on YouTube was December 24th of 2015. And that is just crazy to me. 2015 was not 7 years ago, it was 6 years ago, because it's not December yet. It's just insane to me how much has changed since then. I would just post random videos. I wouldn't be doing anything, and I feel like I kind of daily vlogged as much as a 12-year-old could. I just like did like things around the house and took videos of them. And looking back on them, of course, they're definitely cringy. They're definitely like, I don't like to watch them. Other people think they're funny. I hate them. But they're definitely like my first like vlogging experience I ever had. So I posted a bunch of videos, and then I kind of took a hiatus. I posted a video on October 27th of 2017, and then I didn't post again until January 19th of 2021. And that's when I came back with the first vlog on this channel, and that is the Disney World in 2020 vlog. And then I just kept posting travel vlogs from there. So I briefly touched on it in my last two videos, but I didn't really explain how I got here to California. I kind of just said like, oh, I'm in California, talk about it later. And then the next video was like, still in California, talk about it later. So here we are, finally talking about it. I've been working for a company called Dutch Bros. They're a coffee company. They're super popular on the West Coast, like farther west. They're finally expanding out east. We just opened our first stand in Nashville, Tennessee last month. Started on June 6th of 2020. I started as obviously a barista, a broista, as they're called at Dutch Bros. And it was a job. I was going into my senior year of high school, and it was just a job to make some money on the side. It was super fun. It was super popular. It was like always hype. And I was super excited. And then about 9 months later, I got the opportunity to become a shift lead at a neighboring stand in North Denver. I took that opportunity where I met my manager now and worked there as a shift lead for probably about 8-9 months. And then that manager actually moved out to California, and he offered me a position as a full-time shift lead out here. And that opportunity was perfect. I had just graduated high school. I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do, and I've always wanted to live in Southern California. So I took that opportunity and I moved out to Lancaster, California. It's been amazing. It's definitely been the biggest change that I've ever, like the biggest change in my life so far. It was the first time I ever moved out of my parents' house. I lived with them up until the day I moved out here, and it was in a completely new state across the country. I only knew my manager. He was the only person I knew coming out here. I lived with 3 other people, and I met them when they moved in. So it was very spontaneous, very crazy. But with that being said, I wouldn't change a thing. It's been so amazing. The job I am loving. The people that I'm working with are incredible. The customers, incredible. It truly is like probably one of the best decisions I've made in my life this far. That brings us back to where we started in this video. I'm going to start daily vlogging. I want to really, traveling is still absolutely 100% my goal. That is something that I want to do so bad. That is probably my biggest goal, is just to go, even if it's just for a year. I just want to save up money and I want to just go travel for a year and see the world. But obviously that's not going to happen right now because I have a year lease and I don't necessarily have enough money saved up to do that right now at all. We're working towards that. But until that happens, I want to practice vlogging. I've wanted to start this for a while now, and I've been kind of nervous to start it, and I think I just needed to get the ball rolling. And that's what this video is. The first exposure that I have to a video like this. It's with just the vlogging that I've done, I've realized that it's so much more than just like taking videos. You have to think them out in a way that when you're sitting in front of the computer, putting them together, editing them, adding music, cutting, and like all this kind of stuff, that has to go together well, because you can be a great editor, but if you're not taking good footage, they're gonna be choppy and they're not gonna make sense. And that's just something that I've learned from the 6 or 7 videos that I've posted. If I do this often and I practice, I feel like I really could get better, and I am hoping that it will someday, you know, like that would be so cool to get big on YouTube or something like that. But even if I don't, in 50 years, I'll be able to look back on these videos and I'll be able to show my kids, my grandkids, I'll be able to show them like my life and growing up, and I'll be able to look back on it and remember those moments. So no matter what happens, it's gonna end up well, you know? So that was a long story, but we got through it. If you're still watching thus far, thank you. So now we're gonna go try to make it happen. We're gonna make these videos. They might be awkward and uncomfortable at first, but I think I need to stick with it, and I need to get better, and I need to practice, and I hope you guys stick with me as I do that. So yeah, let's get into it.